Can exercise be bad for your body? Sounds kind of crazy, right? I mean, we're hearing all this information now about what we can do to improve our health, and there's no question that exercise is one of the critical components. In my online program of 6biohackingsecrets.com, I have 6 modules. It deals with mindset and bringing the body back to balance, and brain fitness, nutrition, exercise, and detoxification. But I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine, another brain-based chiropractor, and we were talking about stress and the body's ability to handle different types of stressors, right? And what we were talking about was high intensity interval training, right? Which is kind of the rage, and a lot of people here, and certainly here in my community, you see people here who are just exercising and doing this very intense, high intensity interval training. But what if that was bad for you? Let me share with you how it could be. When you're looking at the brain and how the nervous system is functioning, what we call the alarm system, the fire alarm, right? If the fire alarm is always on, what does it get our brain and our nervous system to do? It increases our blood pressure, right? It increases our respiration, it increases our muscle tension, right? And we got to get out there and get out of the building when the fire alarm goes on. But when we go outside, if we find that it's a false fire alarm, guess what? The brain can't tell the difference between a real fire alarm and a false fire alarm. So when we come in, we should be able to relax, right? The brain should be able to get the body to relax, get the muscles, get the breathing, get the blood pressure to come back down. But when the brain and the nervous system are stressed, they cannot down-regulate. They can't go from a high stress position and bring it down and down-regulate that. So the same type of situation happens when people are out exercising and get the blood pressure, they get their muscles, they get breathing hard and everything else. But if they can't recover and recuperate, it creates problems. And so my friend was telling me how he had a person in his office, and they were doing the evaluation, and he saw this, and the guy's blood pressure was fine, right? And his resting heart rate was all good and everything. So the guy's going, I'm healthy. But when we look at the nervous system, how that's happening, and you see how the nervous system is so stressed, right? It can be an indication that, hey, maybe we might do different types of exercise instead of just going as hard as we can all the time. So my friend recommended to his patient, he said, hey, you might want to calm down your exercise and take the intensity down. He was like, no, I'm doing fine and everything. And he saw him a while later and he said, hey, have you made any changes? And the guy said, no, I'm still doing the same workout, same exercise. Okay. Well, 3 weeks later, this patient passed away.